Okay, here we go. Part three. So, inter means between or among. Intermediate is an adjective that we've had before, and it means in between levels or in the middle. Like I said, the last time we had this word, I went to intermediate school, not middle school, because that's how school was defined at the time, because it was only seventh and eighth grade. Elementary was K through 6, and then 7th and 8th was intermediate, and then high school was 9 through 12, and so it was called intermediate because it was between the levels of elementary and high school. If you're in the intermediate group of swimmers or something like that, it means that you're not a beginner, but you're not advanced yet. You're right there in the middle. Then interception. This is the act of preventing someone or something from reaching its destination. So you could intercept a package. You could intercept, teachers sometimes intercept notes in class between kids, or at least we used to before cell phones and things like that, when people actually had to pass handwritten notes if you wanted to, say something to your friend. But it also, of course, is a very popular football term, an interception, which happens a lot and can make or break a game. And I predict that that's what Tom Brady will be throwing a lot of when he gets to Tampa Bay. So hemi, and demi are words that mean half, prefixes that mean half. So I gave you one for each of them. We normally don't have three words, but I wanted you to see all three of these being used. So semicircle, of course, is half of a complete circle, and a hemisphere is half of the earth is a common thing that we say, but we also talk about hemispheres in the brain. And then really any sphere, any 3D circle that you're talking about, half of that would be a hemisphere. So it could be left or right, top or bottom. We have northern and southern hemispheres, and that sort of thing. And then demigod is half human, half god. Percy Jackson from, the Rick Riordan books is a really good example of a demigod, somebody who's half human and half god. So that takes us to the end of our roots for weeks 17 and 18. We will have a quiz. It's going to be a little different. Obviously, it's not going to be the typical quiz like we would have in class. And unfortunately, because we're not together, we can't play Kahoot, but I am going to try to come up with another way for us to review these and do an activity together. And I am later this week going to be talking to you about Quizlet as a way to make flashcards so that you can practice and study. And the bonus point will still be in effect for making Quizlet flashcards as opposed to handwritten ones. So we'll talk more about that later. If you have questions about the words, please, shoot me an email, send me a message on Classroom, on Remind, whatever, and let me know, and I'll clarify. And, feel free to go back and watch these at your own leisure, at your own pace. But I didn't want you to miss out on the talking so that you kind of knew how the words are used. And also, it probably helps it helps me anyway, make it feel like this is a little more normal for me to be talking through the roots. And at least it's kind of like what we would normally do if we were together in class. So there you go. I hope everybody's doing well. And remember to wash your hands.